Hey everyone, welcome back to the Data Monk. As promised in the previous video, in this particular video we'll be creating an MS Excel dashboard. We'll be dealing with the sales data, so we are basically making a sales dashboard in Excel within minutes. It's okay if you don't have any prior experience with creating dashboards. We'll try to make it as simple as we can, and in the but I request that you first go through the previous video that was like a little introduction to dashboards, wherein we talked about pivot tables and charts. So before you jump into directly creating dashboards for your data, I suggest that you go through that video. I have tried to explain every basic for you to create dashboards in that particular video. Alright, so in this video, as I mentioned, we'll be creating a dashboard within minutes. It won't take much of your time, but you need to have some prerequisite knowledge for that. So let me first tell you what is a dashboard, why do you need it, or just the basic intro of what we are going to do in this video. So an Excel dashboard is just like a report. Like you share your reports, summarized information that you share with your seniors or whoever. So dashboards are similar to reports, but you can't say that all reports are dashboards. They are similar to it, but not exactly reports. All right. So you'll understand the difference once we start creating the dashboard in this video. So it is basically a visual representation of the data which has been stored and filtered according to the requirements of your company. It helps your data analyst in tracking metrics and taking decisions accordingly. Alright, so your dashboards are basically interactive. You can, just change a parameter and your entire dashboard will change. But you can't do this in reports, right? So the dashboards are interactive, and it will instantly show you the results. It's like magic. So once you'll see it, you'll believe it actually. So just before you start creating a dashboard, you need to be very, very clear on what is the purpose of the dashboard that you are creating. It should be clear in your mind what you need to see on your screen. You should be clear on what you want to display and how you want your dashboard to be structured, because it can get complicated if you are not sure of what you are going to do and what you want to display and how you want to display it. Then it might get complicated. Otherwise, if you're watching this video, I'll make sure it gets very, very easy for you to create any dashboard that you want. Alright, so this was a little introduction. Now let's jump into the data that we have and let's start creating a dashboard. So this time in this particular video, I have taken the data for a supermarket sales, wherein we have all these categories. This is a big data. It has around thousands of rows. All right. So because if you're the data that you'll get when you're into a company, so it won't be like a 5-6 line data, right? You'll be given multiple rows and even multiple sheets, and for that you'll have to create a dashboard. In this particular video, we'll be working on this particular sheet, which is the supermarket sales. So let us see what we have. We have the invoice ID, right? We have the branches of that particular sale that has been made. Then we have the cities in which the sale has been made. Then we have some information about the customer, that if the customer is a member of the store or a normal customer. Then we have the gender, if it is male or female. Then we have the product lines. We have like a category of products like health and beauty, electronic accessories, sports and travel, etc. etc. We have all these categories for us. Then we have the unit price of those particular categories. Then we have the quantity. Then we have tax, which is 5%, and then we have the total of it, right? Then we have date of the transaction, the time, how the payment was made, was it cash, credit card, e-wallet, then we have COGS, then we have the gross margin percentage, then we have the gross income, and last we have the rating. So this is our entire data. Looks a little scary, but once you'll start creating dashboards, it will be very easy, because if you see, analyzing such data that you get on such large scale is very difficult. That is the reason that we need a dashboard. It will, you can just show the dashboard to your senior and or your manager, and you'll have it, all the details at just a click. So now, without wasting any time, let's just start creating our dashboard for this particular data. So first we'll start creating the pivot table for our data. If you haven't watched the previous video, I suggest you first watch that video wherein we have discussed about pivot tables and charts, and after that it will get much easier for you to understand this video. Alright, so first we are going to create a pivot table, and I want a chart basically for what? The question is, which product was ordered from which branch of a city and what was the total cost? This is what I need to display in my dashboard. So I'll just repeat it. It says which product. So I need to see which product basically was ordered from which branch of a city. So I need to consider this branch also and the city also, and what was the total cost for it. This is what I need to display. So first I'll be creating a pivot table. I'll select my entire table by Control A. So I've selected my entire table. Now I'll click on Insert and click on this pivot table option to add a pivot table. Now if you see, my entire table has already been selected. You can see the lines around my table, which will confirm you that it has selected the following table only. Then I need to choose where to place my pivot table, in the existing worksheet or in the new worksheet. Now as this data is quite huge, I'll prefer making my pivot table in a separate worksheet. So I'll just click on new worksheet here and I'll click on OK. So with this pivot table, I'll just rename the sheet because I am taking out the total cost here. So I'll name my sheet as table total cost, right? So it gets easier for us to understand. Now this is our pivot table. In the previous video I told you how you can filter, how you can place your attributes in these 4 blocks. So our question is, which product was ordered? So first of all, we need this product line, and I'll place it in the rows block. So I have all my products now, which is electronic, fashion, food and beverages, etc. Then it has asked me that which product was ordered from which branch of a city. Alright, so I need to have the branch also and the city also. So what I'll do is, say I'll add the city in this columns. So now I have my cities. I have my cities as the column and rows as the the products as my rows, and I need to choose branch also. So I can put this branch attribute in my columns also as well as my row also. So if I put it in the column block, you see how it has been divided, and if I put it in my row, let us see how it has been divided. I think this is much better and easier to understand. So I'll put it in my rows block only, so that I have the product line, then I have the branch, and then I have the cities, right? And now I need to find the total cost. So in the values block, we just need to put the total attribute. I'll just add in here for you, and yes, here we have our pivot table. First of all, you see how easy it was to just have all the data right in your hand within seconds. Like you didn't use any complicated formula or anything. You just have your table on your hand, right? So we have created a table which tells me that which product was ordered from which branch of a city and what was its total cost. If you see, it automatically calculates the grand total column wise also and row wise also. So it gets so much easier for you to understand. Now what we are going to do is we are going to insert a chart for this. You can choose a column chart, you can insert a line chart, or you can even insert a pie chart. I think for this we'll go for a column chart and say I want a simple column chart only. And yes, here we have it. You can even choose from various designs here. So you have a lot of option for designs, so you can directly choose what and how you would like your table to be displayed, right? So this, maybe I'll go with the darker background. So this is my visual representation of this pivot table. Now what I'll do is I'll create another sheet. I'll add another sheet and I will rename this as my dashboard, right? Now what I'll do is I'll copy this particular column chart and I'll come and paste it here in my dashboard. So what I'm doing is right now is just collating my data into a single sheet, which I'll call as my dashboard. I'll just select this entire sheet and I'll just change the background color maybe, or we can go with a little darker version, right? This looks good. I think you can change it according to you. So we have our first column chart and our first pivot table, which is basically showing me which product was ordered from which branch of a city and what was the total cost, right? You can see it has been divided ABC, ABC, ABC. Then we have the product lines for it, and with the help of these signs you can see the name of the cities also. All right, coming back to our original data, we'll create another pivot table. Now say we need to find the rating of each product city wise. So we have this rating here, right? We have the rating here, and I need to find the rating of each product city wise, right? So let's create a pivot table for that. I'll just click on pivot table, and it has already selected my the table. If you can see these arrows, these dancing selection across my table, and I again click on new worksheet and click on OK. I'll rename the sheet as, say, rating, because here we are finding out the rating, right? So this is our sheet. Now what I need to do is find rating of each product city wise. So I'm pretty sure in the value column I'll put the rating tag. Let us see, here we have it, rating. I'll add it to the rating. Now I need to see the rating of what? The products, right? So in the rows I'll add my product line, as simple as that. And I need to sort it according to the city. So what I'll do is I'll add the city maybe in the column. Yes, here we have it. We have the city wise rating of each product line. So if you see, we have grand total also from both the sides. So electronic accessories, we have this particular rating 391.4 in this city. For this city we have 371 and so on, and the total rating is 1177.2. So you can see how easy the calculation, actually we didn't do the calculation, how easily our Excel did the calculation. So we have a pivot table now for a particular question, and just let us just come here and insert a chart for it. This time I was thinking let us go with the line chart. So I'll maybe go with the second one, and here we have it, our line chart. Alright, so I'll choose some design for it because we are going with the darker version. Let's go with this particular one. Alright, if you want to change colors, you can choose the palette that you like. I was thinking for this one. I think this looks good, right? So I'll just copy this particular line chart and I'll go back to my dashboard and I'll paste it here. We are going to arrange it in a while. First I'm trying to collate all my data that we have, and after that we'll be creating a good looking dashboard, because the representation of your dashboard really matters. We are creating dashboard so that our works get easier for us to understand as well as for anyone to understand. So your dashboard should be like, if anyone comes and see your dashboard, it should be very much self-explanatory. All right, coming back to our original sheet that we have, our next part is to create a table where it is basically asking which cities prefer online payment mode, and when was the what was the gross income on that. Okay, so the I'll just repeat the question. It says which cities prefer online payment mode, and then what was the gross income on that. So I need to find out that according to the payment mode, what was the gross income of a particular product upon that. All right, so what I'll do is we will just insert a pivot table again. Our table has been selected. I'll click on new worksheet and OK. Here I'll rename this to because I am finding the payment mode, so I'll just name it as payment modes, right? So here what I need to find is the payment mode. So maybe in the rows part I'll choose this payment attribute and put it into my rows. So we have three options here, which is cash, credit card and e-wallet. So we are basically finding out which was the most preferred payment mode in the particular in the data set that we have. Okay, so the columns for we need to find it for a particular city. So in the column I'll add my cities, and we need to find the gross income upon that. So we have this column for gross income. I'll put that into my values as it is a number option, a number value. Yeah, so if you see, according to the city, cash was preferred. Cash basically gave this much gross income in this particular city, this much gross income in this particular city, and so on, and we have the grand totals also for the same. So if you see, credit card, I think credit card was mostly preferred in Mandalay, and if you see here, cash was mostly preferred in this, I really can't pronounce this, it is Nepai To, I don't know what that is. And then we have I think e-wallet. Yeah, if you see, e-wallet was preferred mostly in Yangon, so I think this is quite a developing city, I guess. So this is what we have. We have got the most preferred payment option in the particular cities. For this, let us try to see how a pie chart will look for this. So I think this will be the best representation of a data like this. So I'll just click on the pie chart, and if you see, I'm going to rename this. I'll write this as payment modes, right? Let us select a good design for it. I think because we are going with a darker version, let us select this one maybe. I think this looks good, right? Also, you can do a lot of formatting in your particular, uh, in your particular chart that you use. You can change the palette colors. You can add a chart element. You can add any title or legends or labels or whatever. You can even choose where you want to add those particular things. Then you can even switch rows and columns. Like you can really do a lot of things with your chart here. Alright, so we'll just go with this. Right, I think this looks good. I'll just copy this particular chart and I'll go to my dashboard and I am going to paste this here. I think it's building up well. It is going well for now. We have three charts as of now. I think let's create one more. Let's create one more chart for us, which is going to tell us that which products unit price. I actually it is going to tell us each product's unit price, gross margin and gross income. So I just want to see what was the product line, what was its unit price, and what was the margin on that particular product, and how much was the gross income upon that. Like, this is like one of the most vital information that you need whenever you are selling any of your products. This is one of the most vital information that you need. So let us create a pivot table upon that as well. I'll select my entire table. You can do that with Control and A. I'll go in Insert, click on Pivot, click OK. Now I'm going to rename this. Let's say we are going to name this as gross income. I think this sounds good. Now what I need to do is basically here what I need to do is which shows me each product's unit price, gross margin and gross income. So obviously let us see in the column this time. Let's add product line in the column. So we have all these products line. In the rows, in the values, basically mm, we need unit price, right? We need we need gross margin, and we need gross income. Let us just try. Okay, this is a bit complicated. I think, okay, we can't add it into the rows. I'll just shift them here, and I'll just drag this values option into my rows option. Yeah, now this looks better, right? So what we have done is we have taken the columns as our product lines, which is electronic accessories, fashion, beverages, etc. And we have the unit price of electronic beverages, we have gross margin and gross income. Now don't worry, we are going to filter this data in our dashboard itself. So for example, I wanted to see about the gender, or about the customer type, or about the city in this particular table. I can easily do that on my dashboard itself, and I'll show you how we can do that. For this, let us just insert a chart of our choice. I think let's go with the column one only. This time let's choose the second one, right? This is what we have, and mm, I want to edit this a bit, so I'll go to design. I'm going to choose a darker part so that it goes with our theme, right? This is what we have, and I am going to copy this into my dashboard. Yeah, so this is what we have with us as of now. So we have created 4 charts. Now let us see how we can create a dashboard out of this. We have collated all our data with us. Now we need to create a dashboard. So what I'm going to do is, first I am going to add a timeline. All you need to do is go to your pivot chart analysis. You have an option for insert timeline. Obviously here you have time only. Here the option for a timeline is time, so it could be in days, year, months, whatever you want to choose. I'll just click on OK, and here we have our timeline. Okay, I'll just increase the size a bit so that we can see this clearly. See, from here you can even choose years, months and quarters according to you. Alright, just click on it. Now actually this is just linked with your current pie chart, current chart as of now. To link it with all of your charts, you need to just do a right click and report connections, and from here you can choose all the tables and just click OK. I think we were able to do that. Let me just check. Yeah, so we have all our tables selected. Next what I am going to do is I am going to add some slicers. So slicers are basically used to filter your data according to the options that are available. And this time I'm thinking, let us take one slicer we can take for gender, right? So I can see male and female, and let us also connect this to all our tables. I'll click on OK. Let us place this here, and let us have another slicer. Let us have another slicer um, for the customer type. Customer type was basically if you are a member or a normal customer. So I'll just click on that, and we have member and normal options also. So you can see how it is picking your data from the original table. We'll just click and connect it with all our tables, right? So now I'll just show you how it changes. So if I click on member, can you see how the charts automatically change? So for example, I want to see this particular data that we chose for all the female members or female normal customers. You see how all my charts are changing? This is how simple it is to create your dashboard, and this is how magical it is actually. So now almost everything is done. All we need to do is just arrange this particular dashboard which looks a bit more representable. So what I'll do is I'll click on that. I can see all my timeline, all the months, right? Then after that I'll just add the slicer here, increase the size a bit. See, you can actually do it according to you. I'm doing what I find a good representation of a dashboard. It can vary from person to person. If you like to structure it in a different way, please feel free to do it. I am doing according to my personal choices here, and you can do it according to yours, as simple as that. So this is how I have set my timelines and my slicers. Alright, let us increase so that it covers my entire. You can add a number of slicers, you can add a number of timeline. Here your option for timeline is one only, because we have only one column for time in our database. So this is how I have made. Then here let us just add a first chart. Let us add it here, right? Then I want my line chart arranged here, and let us just increase the size so it is more visible. Yeah, this looks pretty good, right? And this also, let's increase the size because we need a clear and better representation of our data. I am going to decrease its size a bit, and we are going to spread this a little more, right? Then after that we have our payment modes. Let us just put it here, and we have this particular table for us. I'm going to shift this a bit this side, yeah, and I'm going to increase the size a little here. Yeah, so I think this looks pretty uh, simple and easy to understand and good to me. You can arrange it according to your preferences. As I said, your the main purpose of your dashboard is that it should look clean. It should be self-explanatory. So now if you see, I want to see the main members. This is how my data changes, and I can easily see the dashboard that I have. Preferably, it is suggested that you create a one pager dashboard only, although you can like seriously go on, but it is suggested that you create a one pager dashboard, so it is more easy to understand, and it is more uh, like just whatever you find elegant, whatever your company finds elegant, you can use your brand colors, you can use your own creative designs for your dashboard, and this is how you create one. I think this looks pretty good to me, right? I hope you like it too. So this is what I have created for all of you, and I hope I was able to make it clear how you can create your dashboards with the given data. You can use pivot tables, you can use various charts, and you can use this timeline, slicers, and different slicers and things, so that it gets easier. Alright, so this is it for the video. This is it for the Excel series video. We have covered all the important functions for Excel that might be asked in your data science interviews. We have learned how to create dashboard, how you can analyze it, and how you can help your team to take decisions upon that. So this is it for the Excel series. All the best for your preparation. See you in the upcoming videos, upcoming playlist. And we have created a huge playlist for all you guys, where we have all the free resources. You can learn everything that you need to know in your data analytics interview, data science interviews. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel for notifications. All the best. Thank you.